we can use the way we done in the beginning. We use attention. We don't need anything. When we use our emptiness, we don't need anything. We can go over the body with our attention, like we've done. But in this exercise, we add our hands. It's like we have the intent to connect two hands together, the emptiness or the attention goes from one hand to the other. And always one hand is on the navel center, and we scan the body with the other hand. So our intent is that this hand is connected to the other hand through its emptiness, the attention. We don't know how the energy will go. And also when we scan the body from the front, it goes all over to the back, but somehow it's connected. This is our intent, okay? So what we do is sit comfortably. It's very important to be comfortable, okay? And like we've done before in the first half, with the first click, we pay attention to our body. Be aware of our bodies. And then we connect to the earth. And then we create rapport with all the other participants. And don't ask me how it is done. It is done. And now we begin. So we put our left hand on the navel center. Okay? And with the right hand, we begin to scan the body. So the hand is very loose. It may move, it may do some strange movements. Allow it to do whatever it wants to do. Okay, so we begin above the crown. So it's just search where you feel the crown center, and if you can feel its energy, it's great. And if not, it's okay. And then we just go down along the axis. Just go down along the axis. We do it quite quickly. All the way down. And then we have different impressions. And also the body has impressions, the hand has impressions. All the way down to the area between our feet. And once we get there, we pause for a few seconds to have impression of the whole body. And then we go back up the axis. And it is strange, but it's not the same road. In the other direction, maybe the hand wants to stop or to stay a bit longer at certain places. Allow it. And then we go all the way up till we get to the top of the head. And then again, see if you can find where you feel the crown center best. Maybe even you can pull it up a bit using your intent. Then we continue to the back of the head. And then we scan the head from right to left, counterclockwise, going over the ears and temples, and we get to the face, the other side of the head, all the way back. Then we go back to the back of the neck and we scan the neck from right to left. Until we get to the left shoulder. So we go on to scan the left shoulder. We move toward the shoulder joint. And then we go down the arm all the way to the tip of the fingers. Don't rush, take your time, but it's not a slow one. Once we get to the tip of the fingers, we pause again for a few seconds to have impression of the whole body. And then we move back up. All the way to the left shoulder again. And from the left shoulder, we move down along the left side of the body, scanning the left side of the body, down to the waistline. And from there, we move to the right shoulder. You don't have to be exactly over the right shoulder. We use our intent, our intention to connect. As we scan the right shoulder, and then we go down the right side of the body to the waistline. And once we made it, we change hands. So the right hand is now on the navel center, and the left hand goes on top of the head. Again, look for the crown center, see if you can feel anything. And we go the same way, down along the axis. And it's different. So when we get to the floor in between our feet, pause again for several seconds to have impression of the whole body. And then we can go back up. If you feel like staying longer at certain places, just allow yourself. And then we make it to the top of the head again. Play with it a bit. Maybe you can find a more correct way for the head to sit on the neck or whatever you call it. And we continue to the back of the head. And then we scan the head from left to right, clockwise. All the way to the back of the neck. And we scan the neck clockwise from left to right. Until we make it to the right shoulder. And we scan the right shoulder now. Going to the shoulder joint. And then down the arm. Elbow, forearm, wrist, hand, fingers, tip of the fingers. And there we pause again for several seconds to get impression of the whole body. And after we climb up the arm, back to the right shoulder. And when we get to the right shoulder, we scan the right shoulder going downwards on the right side of the body, the waistline. And once you made it, we go to the left shoulder and scan the left shoulder again. Going down, left side of the body. All the way down to the waistline. And there we change hands again. Left hand on the navel, and with the right hand, we scan the beginning of the left hip joint going to the right, scanning the pelvis. So when we make it to the right hip joint, make sure we scan everything. We go down the leg to the tip of the toes of the right leg. You don't have to bend down, just use your intent. And you'll see how the hand is connected to the body. And there, at the tip of the toes, we pause again. Getting impression of the whole body. Then we go back up again, climbing the leg. And as soon as we get to the right hip joint again, we move to the center till we make it to the navel center, and then we change hands again. So the right hand is now on the navel center, and with the left hand, we begin scanning from the right hip joint, moving left. Again, moving over the pelvis, allowing the energy to move there because there's a lot of stuck energy in the pelvis usually. When we get to the left hip joint, we continue downwards to the tip of the toes of the left foot. And there, at the tip of the toes, we pause again to have impression of the whole body. And we continue going up. Until we make it to the left hip joint. And then from there, we move to the navel center. So now we have both hands on the navel center. Once you make it, both hands on the navel center. If you're comfortable with it, it's okay. If you feel like putting the hands on the knees, it's okay or too. And have impression of the whole body now. And if your eyes are closed, allow them to open very gently, still having the impressions of yourself. And we end asking ourselves 4 questions without words. The first one is, the head more silent. Second is sea of emotions more calm. The third is my body more relaxed. And the fourth, do I feel some affection or is my heart a bit open?